Welcome. This is what episode is it? 63 of the Debrief. This is round 17, Azerbaijan weekend review. So, enough of me talking and rambling. I'm going to bring in my coach, who's my partner in crime, TOTO. How's it going, Toto?
Big up.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going well, man. It's going well. It's been
Move the camera a little bit that way, please. Sorry. That way.
yeah.
That way. Just a little bit. Bit more. There you go. So how's it going, Toto?
Yeah, it's going well, man. It's going well. Good day for me. Of course, F1. It's always a good time to talk about F1 because there's always lots of action on the weekend. I say.
No, I
yeah,
swear.
it's been interesting.
You know what's really hilarious, Toto? Because this is for everybody. Sorry for you guys listening on the podcast. This one goes out on iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher. For people listening to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and any audio podcast, please recommend. And we haven't forgot about you. I know I'm a bit slow bringing up the videos, but they are the audio podcast, but they are coming day by day. I'm putting up a couple here and there. So you'll hear the football ones and the F1. So it's not just F1 going on now. The football ones are going on as well. So what are the football ones that are going on that I put on there? That's the
final whistle shows.
The final whistle shows are going on there for the football, and these are the debrief. They'll be going on as well. So the review shows. So Toto, enough of me just botching it there. How you been, bro?
Like I said, I've been doing well. Day's been going well for me, and it's been pretty standard, really.
Yeah.
Just of course been searching around social media. I know this is not a football video, but the only piece of news I can say is when Rio signed a new contract till 2028.
Oh, this is not. Yeah, I know what you're saying. So
but
yeah,
that's it. Really.
Yeah. So what regarding Formula One, because that's what this is, Formula One. What's it? What people are talking about that Max Verstappen is going to, listen. I get it with the PR, yeah. I understand that Formula One want to bring in more viewers. It's obvious that the McLaren, obvious to me, that the McLarens are going to win the constructors. That will be next week. I think it's Singapore, the next one. That'll be next week. But there's no chance in hell. That's the WWE thing. That is no chance in hell. Anyway, there's no chance in hell that Max Verstappen will catch Oscar Piastri or Lando Norris. It ain't going to happen, especially Oscar Piastri, especially for Max Verstappen to win the title or to catch Piastri. Piastri would have to have 3, maybe 4 DNFs, and that's it. 4 DNFs. That's it. For Max to catch Piastri, he would have to have at least nearly 3 to 4 DNFs. And that's it. For Piastri to win the title, he could come 4th in every single race going forward because there's 7 races left, isn't it? There's 7 races left. So Oscar Piastri could get 4th in every single race going forward. And for Max to win every single race going forward, and Oscar Piastri would still win the title. So you tell me who's going to win the title. Because I understand what F1 are doing. They're trying to hype it up, innit? Because obviously it looks like McLaren looks like they're going to win. They will win, yeah? And they want to make the season excitement. So what they're doing, they're putting that on all the podcasts. They're putting on the F1 podcast. They're putting it out there after the race. Oh, can Max catch up? Can Max catch up? This is PR. This is advertisement for people to keep their eyes on the prize, which is Formula One. Because I think the viewership has been going down a little bit, you see. I think the viewership has been going down just slightly because it looks like McLaren are going to win the title.
Yeah.
So what they're trying to do, they're trying to inject excitement and viewership back into the sport. That's just my opinion. Because there's no way Max Verstappen is winning anything this year. No chance.
McLaren are too strong.
Now they're too far ahead.
Yeah, I know. They've done so much. They've earned so much points throughout the whole season, throughout the beginning and the middle of the season. Now it's come to the back end of the season.
Yeah.
A few races to go. There's no way Max is going to catch anyone.
No way.
He's way too slow compared to the McLarens. I wouldn't say way too slow. Red Bull's a competitive car.
No, I think Red Bull they've unlocked something in the car. By the way, sorry for interrupting. They've unlocked something in the car. They put some part in the car a couple of days ago. They put a part in the car a few days ago. Well, not a few days ago, but a couple of weeks ago before Imola, and it works because now they're fast on the straights. That wasn't like that before the summer break. You get me? As soon as they've come back from the summer break, they've put something in the car and it's worked, and it looks like it's working. Looks like they're very fast on the straights, but will it be fast in the corners?
You saw that in Baku. This race, Verstappen had a dominant performance.
Yeah.
Got the pole. Of course, regarding the race, he had a comfortable lead.
Yeah.
And that Red Bull car is very, very competitive. But that doesn't mean he's going to go and win this championship because there's going to be so much competition. Piastri could just finish second, third throughout the whole season.
Now he could finish fourth, by the way.
Exactly. third, fourth, right? And he would still win the title. For Max to actually win, of course, this is an absolute delusional take, but for Max to actually win, you need Piastri to get a DNF or Lando to get a DNF.
More than one.
Exactly. More maybe 2 or 3 DNFs. But that's it. Max at this point is very, very low chance. He's mathematically correct that he can still win. But let's face it, 3 DNFs, 2 DNFs ain't gonna happen. Piastri.
Yeah.
Piastri's consistently been finishing inside the points. This is his first DNF for the whole season. But Piastri's been Mr. Consistent every single race. He's been getting podiums nearly every single race. I don't even think he dropped out the top 3. I think maybe once or twice this season, but majority of the times he's been winning or getting second.
You know what? Let's just bring up the drivers. Let's bring up the drivers. So this is for the audio podcasters. We're gonna have to. We'll tell you what the points are. Let's go through the points here. Let's go through the points. So okay, let's go through the points. So we're here. Zoom it up. We're on the official F1 website. Let's just blow this up a bit and we can have a look and just keep it real. I think we'll have to go on this side actually, to be fair. Go on this side because we won't see the points. So let's bring this up. Oscar Piastri, right? Oh my God. Oscar Piastri. Can you hear me, Toto?
Yeah, I can hear.
So what have I gone there? Where have I gone? There you go.
There you go.
So Oscar Piastri, he's on 324 points. Okay. And Max Verstappen is on 255 points. So you can see the points there, the difference between there. Now, there's a conversation for Red Bull. There's a conversation for Max Verstappen to maybe catch Lando Norris, maybe. But I don't think he's going to catch Lando Norris. I think he's how many points behind it? There you can see there. I don't think he's even going to catch Lando Norris. He's 59. He's 54 points behind Lando Norris. See, 54 points. And that's correct. My maths is correct. 54 points behind Lando Norris.
Yeah, right about that.
So 54 points is basically 2 DNFs. Am I correct?
He's way too far behind.
There's no way. This is just Lando Norris. So there's 54 points between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. 54 points. Now add another DNF on top of that, which will be Oscar Piastri, which is on 324 points. For Max Verstappen to catch Oscar Piastri from now to the end of the season, you right? Lando Norris would have to have 2 DNFs. That's to draw basically.
Or don't finish in the top 10.
Exactly. Don't finish in the top 10 for basically the next couple of races, or Lando Norris will have to have 2 DNFs.
Yeah.
2 DNFs for Max to draw closer to basically be on par with Lando. But for Piastri would have to have 3 DNFs. 3. There's no way he's going to catch any of them. And I understand where the media is coming from. I understand the F1, what they're doing. It's their job, isn't it? They need to push the rest of the season. There's only 7 races to go. They want to let people know there's still a chance for Max Verstappen. We get it. I get it. But let's be realistic. It ain't going to happen. That's just my opinion, Toto.
Yeah, my opinion, I don't think it's going to happen either.
I don't think he's even going to get Lando.
Too far, but yeah, too far behind.
Too far. They've done too much damage in it.
Yeah, it's the beginning and the middle of the season. McLaren's picked up really, really crucial points. The constructor was over in 6-7 races, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, they had such a big lead. No one can catch them. They're very, very dominant this season, McLaren was. I think people hyping up the Max Verstappen train. Look, we all know what they're hyping up the Max Verstappen train to convince themselves to stay more interested in the sport, right? Even though I think if you're a real fan anyway, you should stick with it in the high and lows, right? But you know what people are like? Some people are, McLaren's going to win. We'll turn off and watch something else. You know, real fans will stick, but with the fans that are more like Max fans or just Formula 1 fans in general, casual fans, they want to see action. They want to see controversy in the sport to keep them interested, right? But there's no controversy. There's no battle. It's just McLaren.
No one's talking about.
McLaren.
They want eyes on the sport, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Revenue.
So let's go through this very quickly then, briefly. Qualifying Antonelli on a good lap, but going wide. There was a lot of people going wide. Nico Hülkenberg brought out the red flag as well in qualifying. There was a lot of red flags in qualifying, especially by the rookies. I'm kind of surprised about Nico Hülkenberg. At this point, Nico Hülkenberg is not a rookie. The guy's a granddad in Formula 1. He's been there a couple of 2 decades nearly now, more or less. And he shouldn't be getting red cards. Not really. So basically, end of Q1, Albon was out of the session. Kind of disappointed with Albon. What do you think? What's your thoughts on this? The Williams car? It seems like it's going backwards to me, you know, Toto. I had high hopes for that team, you know, at the beginning of the season, but now
beginning of the season they were good.
Yeah,
it's like this with Williams mostly every season.
Yeah,
Williams are usually good at the beginning of the season, but as soon as the upgrades start getting put on cars, they can't really adapt. You know, they can't really adapt for the long term of the season. I think the reliability is fine, but Williams is a legendary team. I really want to see Williams back at the top again. Hopefully the new regulations allow them to be quicker, but with this current season, good at the beginning of the season, it's a similar trend, and then when it comes to the middle of the season, they start to drop. I don't know what it is, they just simply can't adapt to the long term. Their car just can't adapt.
Fair enough. That's what I'm just a bit disappointed. In thingy, I'm gonna put this. You know where you are on the channel, yeah. You've got your. I'm gonna put this in your WhatsApp, so I'm gonna give you this on the WhatsApp. This is few of the stuff I've done anyway. If you wanna do some of that, that's what I documented on my notes. So let's move on to the next one. Q2 BMN exit turn 2 out of the race again. Like I told you. A lot of rookies going out. Again, BMN as well. BMN was another race, another driver I had high hopes for. BMN. And it seems like he's not getting his stuff together at the moment. I don't know. But would you say this season, Toto, this is probably the worst season of the rookies ever to come in Formula 1?
I'd say that. I think compared to Russell, Lando, and Albon.
And Lewis back in the day as well.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen. This is the lowest quality of rookies, would you say?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Hadjar's a good driver.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's my G.
I think Hadjar's a good driver.
That is my G.
But I think compared to rookie, rookie Lewis, rookie Max, rookie Albon, rookie Lando, rookie Russell, you know, if you take them drivers compared to these drivers, them lot were much better.
Yeah.
Much, much better. Lando's gone on to be a championship contender.
Oh,
Russell's gone on to be a regular podium
Russell's
contender.
Cold.
Russell could potentially be a championship contender. You got Max, who's won his titles. Lewis is an 8-time world champion, in my opinion.
Of course.
If you compare them rookies, and Verstappen's achieved a lot. I don't like Max, but you can't. You know, that is what he's achieved.
Yeah.
You know, Max has achieved a lot.
Yeah.
Lewis has achieved a lot in the sport. Piastri, again, another rookie.
Vettel back in the day was a sick rookie.
Vettel,
well.
4-time champion. You know, the rookie, the quality of rookies has been getting lower and lower every year.
Yeah, because you know what? Why do you think, Toto? Why do you think it is? I know what it is. What I think it is.
I just think these drivers now, like, you know, the price to get into Formula One is very, very high. F2, F3, F4. It's the way that when you come from karting, you go from karting, you get into road tax karts, the pro karts, even that's about 1-2 grand, very, very expensive. And you get into F4, which is about, again, lots and lots of money. F3, just get into F3 is a lots of money. Just get into F4 is a lots of money. F2, and that's the step before Formula One. But in my opinion, I think it's all about the money. It's how you
The
buy yourself,
money.
you buy yourself into the sport, just the way it is. If you got the bag, right, you can be a decent driver. But if you got the bag under you, if you got the money under you, right, you can afford to get into different events and do different competitions. Of course, you still got to be an okay, decent driver, a competitive driver, yeah. But I bet there's lots and lots of karters out there. Is in the rookie programs are fast drivers, but they just haven't got the funding to get in. That's why sponsors are really, really crucial in lower ranks. Yeah, this is why most drivers, maybe in karting, end up in GT cars or Ginetta cars or something like that, because that's a cheaper way to get in.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, go on then.
Oh, this is what I think it is. I think it is my personal opinion, and I might be wrong. What it is when they go when people say, "Oh, there's no politics in go karting," there is.
Oh yeah.
Of course there is. I've witnessed it. So basically, yeah, when you got all these soccer mums protecting their kids, giving them the best go kart, giving them the best this, so they're giving that advantage to push them on into this to give them the best tires because they can afford it. But the fact is, when it boils down to it, when it goes to the proper racing, where you have to pay to get in, and you're all on equal cars, then you're gonna realize how good your son is. And if you've been giving your son the best go-kart, the best tires, just to get him into the competition, when you go into certain competitions, you're all on the same go-kart. There's no hiding, and then your talent will come out. You get me? And this is what we're seeing now. We're seeing all these rookies are in Formula One because they've had the best go-karts in go-karting, the best tires, the best push, the best gear, whatever, yeah? And when they finally get into Formula One, your daddy and your mommy can't hold your hand. You're out there on your own. And when you start pushing that car, it could be in Genettas, could be whatever. Once you push that car and you're not and you think you're as good as you are, and then you come across someone who's hungry in the same car as you, they're just gonna light you up. And this is what you see now. This is what you see now. All these rookies, where they thought they was good, when they come into Formula One, they're not that good, are they? Because they've been protected all through their career. Now they're in the big time. You got to sail on your own. It's sink or swim, and a lot of these rookies now are sinking. They're not as good as they thought they was. That's what I think it is anyway.
True.
So
let's
go to session. Yeah. End of the Q2, Oscar struggling a bit towards the end of the season, so McLaren's not really doing good at this session, just like there was at the week before in Imola. For some reason, the car is just not adapting to these big straights. Charles does a good lap coming in on P5. Now Charles done a good lap as well. Q2, Lewis and Stroll go again in the elimination zone. Lewis Hamilton out at the end of qualifying. It's quite a Q1 he went out, haven't it? He had to go again. Elimination had to go again. But
he ran out of time.
That was the end of Q1, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it was Q1 he went out, and no, it was Q2 actually. Sorry. So Q2, Lewis Hamilton went out. I'm not sure. This is what I don't understand. He had enough time to go again, but for some reason he was just late. I think he slowed down lap after he completed his lap, and it wasn't good enough, and he went again. I think his slow down lap was too slow.
He should have done a quicker outlap.
He should have done a quicker outlap, and I think the instructions from his team was horrendous. So Lewis went out, and it's just a shame the way it's going. Hopefully Ferrari next year will be good. Q3, Charles is out as well, hit the barrier, so it was a double out for Ferrari. So Lewis went out in Q2, and Ferrari and Charles Leclerc went out in Q3.
It's not been a good season for Ferrari.
No, session stopped. Piastri crashed out as well in the same sector as Charles. You actually see, when you see Piastri crashed out, you actually saw Charles' car parked up around the corner. So they crashed out of the similar sectors. And this was Lando Norris' chance to nail it. And what happened, Toto? He had a chance to nail this,
Lando,
and he blew it. It's a shame, but he blew it.
I think you got to blame himself. You got
Yeah.
nothing to blame but himself. Should have got a better qualifying. It is what it is. You know,
I just can't believe it.
You can't make excuses for him.
Seventh, you know.
You can't make excuses for him. It's
Oscar's out. Sorry, interrupting. Oscar's out. This is his opportunity, and he comes 7th.
Yeah, he should have got a better qualifying. It's his own fault. Should have got a better qualifying. Should have been higher up the grid, and he could have made positions earlier on in the start of the race if he was more higher up, and he could have got a chance for some better points. Of course, the pit strategy was a factor in this. Of course, every single race pit strategy is a factor. But I'm just not even regarding this race now. It's the whole season. Lando hasn't been consistent enough. That's why he's been losing out on points and points. If Lando were consistent in the top 3, top 4, whatever, just thereabouts in the top 3, yeah, Piastri wouldn't have been this far ahead. Plus, Lando had 2 DNFs this season. Yep. Lando had. Again, big points last. 25, 50 points last, and then 2 DNFs, potential 50 points. Yeah, it's a lot of points last from Lando this season. Finishing outside the top 4 sometimes. It's not been consistent. The reason why Piastri winning this title is consistency.
Oh, he's definitely winning the title now.
Yeah. The reason why Piastri is high chance going to win this title now is because of the consistency. Piastri's been probably the most consistent one on the grid. Maybe Russell up there as well. But regarding Piastri, he has been consistent race after race. If it's not a win, it's second.
Yeah. Let's move on because we're going to get the time. We've only got something going on the audio. Let's go to race day lights out the way we go. Max had a good start, as always. Hamilton makes 2 places from 12th to 10th. So Hamilton was showing aggression during the first lap, which was good. Piastri jumped the start, then not long after, crashes, locks up out with a safety car. So Piastri went out in the race in the safety car. So he messed up his lap in qualifying, and now he's messed up his whole race. So Piastri jumped the start, and then not long after, crashes the car, locks up, safety car come out. What's your thoughts on this? This was lap 2. What's your thoughts on this Piastri going out?
Again, I was concentrating straight on Lando, saying look, Lando could
this was the race, no?
I'm in the race. Lando could have capitalised. But it was unlucky for Piastri. He came to the corner and you think he's going to make the corner and he's tyre lock up. When you get a tyre lock up, there's really nothing you can do. The steering angle's locked, and as soon as the tyres lock up, it was only like 1 or 2 seconds before the
and a lot of people crashed there as well still.
Yeah. Baku's always huge action the first laps of the race. But Piastri was making his way at the grid. He was being patient, he was picking his moves, but it was just unlucky for him to go out. The tyres lock up at that corner. It's a very, very minimal chance you're going to get out of it.
It is what it is, isn't it? But Piastri jumped the start and then he got out, safety car. So you think at this point Lando was going to take advantage, but he never. So Norris dropped 2 places from 7th to 9th. So again, didn't capitalise on it. Lap 6 on the straight, Hamilton and Lando both make up positions. 8th, Norris so went to 8th, Lewis Hamilton.
In my opinion, when Lando was battling, I thought he took too long when battling, and he wore out his tyres, and the dirty air was affecting him. Alonso
got a 6-second time penalty, jumped the start, only reacting to Oscar Piastri. So basically, they gave Alonso a 6-second time penalty, but he was reacting to Piastri because Piastri jumped the start. Lap 10, Russell passes Tsunoda. So Russell showing absolutely. I thought Russell, if he could have a driver of the day, I would have gave it to Russell. Russell was amazing. Russell is the real deal. I heard that he's fighting over his contract as well, but we're going to talk about that in the Flaming Tarmac next week. He's fighting over his contract, and there's some business going on during Mercedes. So we could talk about Flaming Tarmac next week. Tyres for Verstappen was on the hard tyres. Very clever. Started on the hard tyres. He had nothing to lose. Obviously, for me, I think the hard tyres was the best compound. For me, you can do the long. First stint. It was. I think it was Max Sainz. Max was on the hards, Sainz was on the mediums, Lawson was on the mediums, Antonelli was on the mediums, Russell was on the hard, Tsunoda was on the hard, Leclerc was on medium, Norris was on medium, Hamilton was on medium. I think for me, what was the best compound for you to start with, medium or hards? Toto.
Oh yeah, to start off the race, I thought it was hard.
Hard was the best, then.
Because look at Max, he went long and long.
Yeah.
And he put on the softer compound towards the end.
And he was near the front as well.
Yeah, and it was even quicker towards the end because on after compound. But yeah, hards were definitely the one for this race.
That's what I thought as well.
There's a lot of dirty air, so hards.
Because you know why you put the hards on. This is why you put the hard tires on. Because if there's a safety car at the beginning early, you don't pit because you got the hard tires on. They're gonna do you good anyway. This is why you put the hard tires on. So if I'm third or fourth, yeah, and just say I was third or fourth, say me and you was driving, I was fourth, you was fifth, yeah, and we're both on hard tires, and the front one's on medium. We do 4 or 5 laps, then there's a safety car in it.
Yeah.
He'll come in and pit. We don't after we can stay out because we got the hard tires on. That's what the hard tires is the best. Lap 16, Russell said, I have a tyre advantage over his teammate. So basically, he was hinted to a Mercedes, trust me, I want to pass him because Antonelli was holding him up. Russell was the obvious, the faster driver. What was your thoughts on this time? Do you think that Mercedes should have made this call a little bit earlier? In my opinion, should have. With Antonelli, Toto.
With Piastri?
No, Antonelli. Basically, Russell was lap 16. Russell said, I have tyre advantage over his
I remember that, yeah.
But you think they should have made this call a long time ago?
They should have swapped position. Because at the end of the day, with this track, the dirty air is very, very high demanding. So the more you stop behind, your tyres wear out a bit more. And by the time they actually swap position, because I think they took very, very long, they should have made a decision on the fly. When Russell's on warmer tyres and the dirty air is not affecting him as much since he's just behind his teammate, they should have swapped positions like that. Because the more Russell stays behind Antonelli, the more dirty air gets involved, and the more more wear goes on Russell's tyres. So yeah, they should have definitely swapped positions. It was a stupid decision to.
Yeah, but you know what they ended up doing? Remember, they didn't swap positions in the end. What they did, they pitted Antonelli.
Yeah.
They just pitted him, which I thought was a bit, they should have just done it anyway. But Russell basically shown his dominance in the team. Even though I think Antonelli out-qualified in the last couple of races. But Russell's not having
Russell's a much better racer.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
At this point of his career. Lewis 1.2 clocked up. It says Lewis Hamilton 1.25 seconds lock up. Harry went too far about hitting the wall. Basically nearly hit the wall, Lewis Hamilton. He nearly hit the wall, but he never. Just grazing that wall like he did in qualifying. Lap 18, Albon making contact with Colapinto in turn 4. He made contact with the wall. Albon might get a penalty. So at this point, Albon might have a penalty because he made contact with Colapinto. Again, Williams struggling. What do you think of this? Again, Williams struggling with the car.
Yeah, Williams is struggling with the car. I think all race they haven't really been putting in, weren't really making ground up in the race. And I think majority of the season, when it comes to Mercedes, the Williams ain't really been doing that well. Especially the dirty air affecting them as well. But yeah, Williams throughout the whole race weren't really doing that well, no.
No. So let's move on to the next one. The pitted Antonelli pitted 2.7 seconds. He pitted just before Russell passed him, so they pitted him first without Russell passing him. Russell had the hard tires and tried to jump Lawson when he pits. He was in front of him. So basically, what Russell was trying to do, he was trying to dart round pitting and try and get in front of Lawson. Because remember, Lawson was in front of him. Leclerc pitted at lap 20, put the hard tires on. Lap 21, Lawson comes out in 10th, but the 11th did not pass him. So basically, it didn't work out for Russell. So Russell was still stuck behind him. Lando pitted at lap 37. I think this really cost him. Lap 37, delay in the pits, lost position to Lewis and Lawson. The front right jack, the delay was 8 seconds total. So what was your thought? Remember when Lando came into the pits? Lando came into the pits at lap 37. There was a delay with his pits. And the right front jack, delay of 8 seconds.
I don't know what it is. Lando's pit crew hasn't really been that well in the last couple of races.
They've been terrible, aren't they?
Delay after delay, even 5 seconds of a slow stop, about 8 seconds. You know, all that track position that he's made up, all gone within 8 seconds in the pit stop.
Terrible.
And the overcut is very, very powerful here.
Oh, yes.
Not the undercut, the overcut's very, very powerful.
Yeah.
So the more time you spend in the pits, more, of course, very obvious to say, but it's more chance of you losing track position, basically. Yeah. So, yeah, Lando's pit crew hasn't really been great, and Lando needed his pit crew this race to make a mandatory stop, and he never turned up for them. So, yeah, it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. It's just like, when you're in the championship league, you can't make no mistakes, man. And it's been like that lately. I mean, not it's lately. It's been like this, Toto. It's been like that lately with their pit crew, innit?
Yeah.
They're not getting their stuff together. I don't know what the problem is. They're not getting it together. So basically, Lando, that was the end of his race, basically. Russell pits lap 40, 2.2 seconds, puts a medium tyre. So, but towards the end, at the end of the day, the winner was Max Verstappen. So Max Verstappen was first. Let's put up the results on the screen for everybody to see who's watching on audio. I'm going to put the results on the screen. It was Max Verstappen. So we've got the results here. 1 second, guys. Well, it has to be so awkward on this thingy. The race results. There we go. Race results. So there you go. Max Verstappen, George Russell. Let's get it up on the screen. So George Russell did get a podium in the end, so that's cool for him. So when I think just trying to say something I don't like, he's not quiet.
Yeah, but I think regarding the race, caught very, very good action in the beginning of the race, but I think when it started to get to the more end part of the race, there weren't really any action. It wasn't the best race. It wasn't the best race of the season, of course, but wasn't really a good race in my opinion. Of course, the pit stops were interesting as always because the overcut was powerful. But yeah, it's just very unfortunate for Lando not to be capitalising on the Piastri DNF. It's very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, deluded Steve. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're doing a review in a minute. We'll talk about that, deluded Steve. Okay, big up to you. Thanks for joining us. We're doing a football video after this. We're going to talk about that, about Rio and all that. So yeah, so this is for the audio really, because obviously the people watching on YouTube can see on the screen, but this is for the audio. The final results: Max Verstappen 1, Russell 2, Sainz 3, Antonelli 4, 5 Lawson, 6 Tsunoda, 7th Norris, 8th Hamilton, 9th Leclerc, 10th Hadjar, 11th Bortello, 12th BMN, 13th Albon, 14th Ocon, 15th Alonso, 16th Hockenberg, 17th Stroll, 18th Gasly, 19th Colapinto, and the DNF was Piastri. They were the DNFs. And let's do the Drivers' Championship. We've got Piastri on 324, Norris on 299, Max Verstappen on 255, Russell on 212, Leclerc on 165, Hamilton on 121, Antonelli on 78, Albon on 70, Hadjar on 39, Hockenberg on 37, Stroll on 32, Sainz on 31, Lawson on 30, Alonso on 30, Ocon on 28, Gasly on 20. Don't know how he got another contract. Tsunoda on 20, Bortello on 18, BMN on 16, and Colapinto and Doohan yet to score any. And let's do the teams. Constructors, McLaren's basically won the title for the driver's title. That will be probably next week. That he should have been Baku, but DNF. McLaren 623. I've never seen a lead that big. McLaren 623. Mercedes 219 second. Look at the gap. Phenomenal. Ferrari in third. So Ferrari could probably catch Mercedes 296. Red Bull Racing 272. Fifth place in Williams. Now Red Bull's in fourth. Williams in fifth with 101. Sixth Racing Bull 72. Aston Martin 62. Sauber 55. Hart 44. Alpine 20. So that's the end of the debrief, Toto. That's in the bag, round 17, Azerbaijan. Debrief in the bag, episode 63. So anything you want to say before we head off?
No, I'm going to say hopefully there's a turnaround in the championship. I really want to see Lando win, but it's very, very less likely.
He's buried himself.
Yeah, it's his own fault.
He had his chance and he blew it.
It's his own fault, man. And again, who knows?
He had his chance, though, Toto.
Is McLaren exactly didn't take it? McLaren might not be good this next season. Lando's got to hope and pray that McLaren's good next season.
I doubt it's going to be like that, is it? It's always the one that's not. He's like third or fourth. They're the ones that come up. I just think I heard coming out of the Mercedes factory, the Dynamo, you know, with the engine on at the moment. They said that they're having good hopes for the Mercedes engine. Good news is coming out the Mercedes, and good news is coming out the Ferrari factory, you know, for the engine. Because you remember next season, it's all about engine power. Engine power. Nothing to do with ground effects anymore. That's gone. So it's going to go back to the way it used to be. You remember when Ferrari was dominating and Mercedes? It's going back to that again. Red Bull going to be nowhere. Nowhere. So that's it then, Toto. We're heading off. Thanks, everybody, to tuning us. You got anything to say, Toto, before we go?
Oh, nothing really nice to say.
Really. Okay, fair enough. So we're heading off, guys. Remember, for the people on audio, please recommend it to iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, everybody that listens to us on the podcast. We love you guys. We haven't forgot about you. I'm gonna put some up. I'm gonna upload some podcasts today. It's all ready. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And for people on YouTube, you know the drill. Hit that goddamn like button. Big up to everybody. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We're back shortly. See you later, guys. Bye.